Development Corporation has served Leimert Park and surrounding communities, empowering tomorrow's leaders and changing lives. Parkside EDC has awarded over $400,000 in college scholarships while sharing economic principles of the Big Five of money with students and their families. Parkside EDC partners with organizations like the Brotherhood Crusade to assure our youth have the financial acumen to succeed. Parkside EDC provides families and businesses with financial insights, offering free online, on-site, and on-air B-Warp presentations. The Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Programs helps our community acquire, sustain, and pass down legacy wealth. High school seniors can apply for this year's scholarship awards at parksideedc.org. Scholarships will be awarded at Parkside EDC's Gospel/Jazz Brunch on Sunday, April the 27th. For details, tickets, or donations, please visit parksideedc.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Set our intentions, set our self-care, and find our focus. This is Mindful Mondays with Saharah Ali on KBLA Talk 1580.
And we are so blessed to start our weeks every week with an astrologer, numerologist, life coach, yoga instructor, meditation teacher, sound healer, and sound bath expert. Also happens to be my friend, the one and only Saharah Ali. It is time for Mindful Monday. Good morning, Saharah.
Good morning, Dominique, and good morning, KBLA family. Welcome to Mindful Mondays, where we get our minds right for the week by setting positive intentions, honoring our mind and body through meditation, prayer, and affirmation as we step unapologetically into our week, being on purpose with our power, faith, truth, and wisdom. Today, I'd like to unpack the gift of the celestial influence of Saturday's full moon in Libra, initiating potential breakthroughs and healing of our physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual wounds, aiding transformation for the next 6 months, enhancing deep revelations, yielding empowerment. Our marching order is to call forward our soul's truth, taking charge of our personal empowerment. Asking ourselves the questions, why am I hanging on to the past? How does the past serve my life? We're in the season of rebirth. The time is ripe for releasing the past and reconstructing all aspects of ourselves, challenging our beliefs to create positive change, healing our minds, bodies, and spirits, and taking our power back. Some of us are stuck. Some of us are overwhelmed, and stress is all around on various levels. It's time to seek happiness and to stop being disempowered by external things that no longer serve us. Right now, self-empowerment is the key, allowing us to rethink our priorities, getting down to the bottom line, and manifesting wholeness. Saturday's Libra full moon frequency aids with detoxing our life, providing opportunities to dive deep into personal issues, giving stability and inspiration for a new start. But most of all, to move from darkness to light, reaping our true harvest with love and grace. So let's all move forward today with our Mindful Monday meditation to unapologetically choose self-empowerment, to choose self-empowerment through emotional detoxing. And as our call to action this week, relax and take a breath. Open yourself to emotional management. And as you exhale, just be right here, right now, honoring your mind, honoring your body, and connecting with your breath, releasing any resistance or expectations. Just be here now, allowing your higher self to communicate to you. Just breathe and relax and open yourself and be ready to receive divine information and wisdom that will enhance your life and open the space to your purpose and your gifts. Just breathe, quieting your mind, quieting your body, and connecting to that world behind your eyes, opening yourself to a deeper state of personal power, resting your mind and calming your spirit. Just breathe and allow self-love to affirm your wholeness right here, right now, as you breathe. Breathing in light, exhaling any tension, any tightness, breathing in wholeness. With each breath, give yourself permission to be open. To be open and set an intention to detox. To detox yourself of these negative thoughts that no longer serve your highest good. No longer allowing you to have discernment. Breathe and connect to your inner wisdom. Consciously decide to embrace inner strength and prepare to improve your life. Just breathe, holding this space to pick up your power, to walk with confidence, to be bold and present and ready to reshape the future of your dreams, your wholeness, your truth. Breathe and relaxing, allowing yourself to receive clarity and release any emotions that is opposite to anything that you are claiming for yourself. Claim your truth. Stop stifling your growth. Change your mind, change your life. Take a deep breath. Hold in that breath, connecting to the wisdom that you're uploading. And as you exhale, be discerning and focus on how you're willing to trust divine right action unfolding in your life. Breathe and connect to the wisdom within you, loving yourself, honoring yourself, celebrating yourself, and taking your power back from all the illusion that is being placed before us, and know that if we change our mind and we focus on what we want and we stand in our purpose, we will yield the change that is needed. Keeping your mind quiet, open your heart, and take the biggest breath that you've had this morning. Hold that breath. And as you exhale, kindly within your heart and your mind, listen with compassion to our Mindful Monday affirmation for the week. Breathe and relax. Stay in that world uploading wisdom. Today I choose self-love, detoxing my life, trusting self-empowerment to heal outdated beliefs. Today I choose self-love, detoxing my life, trusting self-empowerment to heal outdated beliefs. Give yourself permission this week, today, starting today, to choose self-love, to detox your life, and trust self-empowerment will heal outdated beliefs and anything no longer serving your highest good. Thank you, Dominique, Tavis Smiley, Miles, and the 1580 KBLA family. Allow yourself to come out of your meditation nice and easy. Allow yourself to be in present time and move forward, choosing self-love and detoxing and embracing self-empowerment.
I'm getting, Saharah Ali, that this is coming from you. I know you have a lot of clients that you work, you do astrological readings, you do life coaching, sometimes a combination of those. The sound healing I myself have had, and also astrological readings. I love it so much. But I'm assuming that you're dealing with a lot of people that are very stressed about what's going on in the world, because it sounds like you are giving us some tools to get ourselves focused on, choosing self-love. I mean, like you just said, and letting go of outdated beliefs.
There is information, and this is how I'll place it. Because we are having astrological transits that have not been there for 165 years. We just had a powerful full moon that initiated energetically in all of us this need to reframe, this need to take our power back and to stop being disgusted in regards to what we have no control over. So part of this meditation is to be in control of you, be in control of the perspective of that you're seeking. Change your mind, change your life.
Yeah.
And so the whole thing is like where your focus goes, that's where what you will manifest. And this is the issue. Stop talking about this stuff. Don't even download it anymore. Understand that it's there. Read it, but don't upload it. Don't discuss it. Let God disperse it and go free for your focus and your purpose, because life goes on. Life will go on. And regardless of the politics, it is so important to be in your home and to bring light and love and comfort in your home. Your home is your piece of heaven on this planet at this time. Why invite somebody in that you don't want or like?
Not only that, I mean, Saharah Ali, I remember, you always say, take your power back, take your power back. And of course, you've said that to me a million times off the air, right? Take your power back from places seen and unseen. Take your power back from that situation or that individual. And I remember one day I was like, what does that even mean? Take your power back. And I found it really helpful when you framed it as, that means you're not a victim. That means your mentality is about, something I read in a book that I can't remember the name of right now, called disciplined imagination, or what you always say, focusing on what you want, not what you don't want. And to me, I was even reading the news, which is part of my job. I started thinking about framing it that way in terms of taking my power back. This is what they're doing, and so Avengers power up to counter that, but they can't stop me because of this, or I'm prepared for it in this way. And so that even as I'm processing things, I think you're right. It's about moving away from disgust and moving towards non-victimhood. What does it mean to be, a hero for myself or my family, or what does it mean to create that heaven in my home, or what does it mean to live in these times without despair, disgust, discouragement, and disparagement. And so that's what, I wanted to share that because I think we've known each other over 20 years, well over 20. And yep. I remember it was probably 25 years later. I was like, what does that mean? Take your power back.
One of the biggest things to be empowered and to take your power back is prayer. Prayer changes the frequency of all things. And even if you don't believe, when you say, thank you, God, that's a prayer. When you say, I forgive myself, that's a prayer. And all your ancestors and all your angels, or if you say, bless that person, that's a prayer. And so when you say these things, these words of affirming your wholeness and your truth and detaching yourself, when you bless someone, you are consciously and unconsciously and spiritually detaching yourself from a situation. You can bless them because they did some negative stuff. You can bless them because you love them. Blessing someone is huge. And your guardian angels have marching orders to go and act on your behalf to bring you peace of mind. So when you say bless someone, that's a huge prayer. Or when you say I take my power back and bless them, that means they no longer have control over you, and you send them on their way and let their karma, their will, whatever dynamic they are, be done, good, bad, or indifferent. It's time for us to remember that we have all the power. We have created this dynamic to help us remember not to forget who we are. We are stepping over that. We are not victims.
Yeah.
We
Molly
will
Bell
become
wants to
victims.
know, we're kind of going over, but it's all good because this is good stuff. Molly Bell wants to know, what do you mean when you say allow ourselves? Allow ourselves to heal
Allowing
outdated.
is allowing is when you turn on that TV or that news and you start having an emotional reaction. You have allowed yourself to become emotionally disturbed in regards to something that's not even in your home. You invited it, okay? Because you can read it and step by it. You can hear it and step by it. You allow, when you sit down and engage in the conversation with somebody on a negative dynamic or argue about something that you really can't do anything about. You allow yourself to become emotionally disturbed. People allow themselves, the car swerve in front, they get pissed off and spoil their whole day. It's like, why do you give your power away?
Allowing yourself is like, it's like giving yourself permission to be okay, or giving yourself permission to heal, or giving, right? It's like letting it in. It's like letting God in and saying, I'm not a victim here.
Right, and allow goes both ways. You allow yourself to be blessed. You open the space to receive. Allowing is a process of receiving. It's a process of releasing. Allowing has so many dynamics attached to it because it's the perspective of which you put it in. Allowing is another word for inviting. What are you inviting into your psychic space, your emotional space, your physical space?
Yes, indeed.
Based on the choice you're making.
Well said, Saharah Ali. Well said. What are we letting happen? Saharah Ali, it's always a refreshing and wonderful way to start the week with you. And I'm so grateful for your presence in all of our lives, but most especially mine.
I do have a sound bath Saturday at Yoga House, 6 to 7:30. I have to get there on time or they close the doors, baby. It's 6 to 7:30. It's a very healing sound bath this weekend, about, taking our power back and anchoring ourselves and going into the world behind our eyes and meditating, and not even just meditating. And if you can't come to my sound bath, or if you can't go to church, or if you can't go anywhere that feeds you, then feed yourself. So take some time. Just sit somewhere, take 10 long, deep breaths. Just 10 breaths change your brain waves. And when your brain waves change, you have an opportunity to upload something new. 10 long, deep breaths, that's all. I say 20 so you can go and be really jacked in, but 10 is fine if that's all the time you have.
Okay.
But give your time, you can take 10 while you on that, the porcelain god, and you letting it out and putting it in, when you're in the shower, wherever you are, when you're in the traffic, some breathing and say, okay, God, move through me and align me to my purpose. And let me not allow or invite something that doesn't serve my highest good, because my life is God's life, and I have the wisdom within me to align to my truth and receive what is rightfully mine.
Saharah Ali, as always, thank you so very much. If you want an appointment with Saharah, a sound bath, some life coaching, even a private yoga session, you can call her assistant Elise at 213-628-9783, 213-628-9783, or go to SaharahAli.com. Phone lines are wide open and you are invited in, 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DiPrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward. Before the fire, Altadena was a real-life Wakanda. A thriving black oasis just 15 miles from downtown Los Angeles. 80% black residents were homeowners, building intergenerational wealth against the odds. It was a hub of black-owned businesses, churches, and cultural institutions. It stood as a symbol of black resilience and economic independence. Then, in a matter of hours, it was gone. The fire tore through homes, swallowed businesses, and left behind a painful void. But was it just an unstoppable act of nature, or was negligence involved? Did officials ignore early warning signs? Were the response efforts delayed or insufficient? What role, if any, did corporate or government failures play? Survivors are demanding answers. Don't miss our KBLA Talk 1580 Town Hall. The Eden Altadena Fire, 100 days and counting, on Wednesday, April 16th, 4 to 6 p.m. at the Robinson Park Recreation Center, 1081 North Fair Oaks in Pasadena. Join Dominique DiPrima, Nee Cordelai Corte, James Farr, Tavis Smiley, and a panel of survivors, community leaders, and experts as we commemorate Day 100 since the wildfires flared up, and we discuss where we go from here. It's KBLA's Eden Altadena Fire, 100 Days and Counting Town Hall, Wednesday, April 16th, 4 to 6 p.m. at the Robinson Park Recreation Center in Pasadena. Light refreshments to follow. Admission is free, but sign-up is required at our KBLA1580.com website. The first 100 attendees will receive a complimentary air purifier. This is a community call to action, brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and Quinn Emanuel Trial Lawyers. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Individual results may vary. Consult a doctor prior to use.
If you've struggled to lose weight in the past, this important message is for you because you could lose as much as 50 pounds or more with Zelfie. Zelfie makes it easy and affordable to get weight loss treatment 100% online. Zelfie providers can prescribe FDA-approved GLP-1 weight loss medications clinically shown to help people lose weight, like Wegovy, Zepbound, and others. Plus, help get the medication covered by insurance, so it's as little as $0 a month.
The doctors are super helpful, and the meds have been a game changer. It's the first program I've had success with.
Before Zelfie, I was unable to lose weight, even though I was eating healthy and exercising 6 days a week. Zelfie helped me not only lose weight, but I feel so much better.
Text GOAL to 200-300 to get started today with Zelfie and see if weight loss medications like Wegovy or Zepbound are right for you. Don't wait. Text now for a link to your exclusive offer. Text GOAL to 200-300. That's GOAL to 200-300. GOAL to 200-300.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
It does, and I'm glad you're in it. 800-920-1580. That's the number if you got something to say about something going on in the world or in your life around here, nationally, internationally, and even where you stay at. Okay, so the attempt to burn down the Pennsylvania governor's house is worrisome to me because, well, for so many reasons. I mean, first of all, the escalation in political violence. I heard anchors on the cable news saying it's a both sides thing, which I think is usually not true. Most of the time, the domestic terrorism comes from the right. Most of the time it does. Although we have had seemingly a couple of assassination attempts on the president when he was a candidate to be president again. But the interesting thing about that is that both of those suspects in those cases about whom we've heard almost nothing since were affiliated with right-wing causes, even though one had donated to Dems and Republicans. Their rhetoric was more on the conservative side, which is interesting and troubling. This is apparently the case with this guy who tried to burn down Josh Shapiro's residence. Well, it's the governor's residence where he was with his family, and where he actually did manage to get inside the house and do a significant amount of damage by burning. Luckily, the governor and his family were safe. They've got 4 kids, 2 dogs, and they had some folks visiting. They were forced to evacuate, but the fact that this guy, Cody Balmer is his name, he turned himself into police after fleeing and getting away. He's being held on attempted murder, aggravated arson, and more. But the fact is, well, I guess we'll find out more. I just wonder so far that as far as I've seen, we have not seen federal charges being talked about. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see how the current Republican administration handles this. We don't know if it was an anti-Semitic attack, but it was Passover, and apparently the governor had just posted a Passover message. But this guy was also a possibility on the short list of running mates for Vice President Kamala Harris when she went up against Donald Trump. And you remember Nancy Pelosi's husband being hit with a hammer. There was a plot to assassinate, or kidnap, I should say, Governor Whitmer of Michigan. This guy hopped the fence, broke 2 windows with a hammer, climbed through, gets into the home, and deploys homemade little bomb thingies to start a fire. Now, the governor's mansion has security, but apparently he was able to hop the fence and get in. WTF. Reminds me of Los Angeles when the invaders were able to get into the mayor's residence. That's crazy. They say they're going to beef up security. I hope so. This guy clearly, had this planned out, which makes me wonder if it really was a response to what he posted, because it looked like he'd been planning it for a while. And apparently he was already supposed to be going to court this week on some 2023 charges. But again, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how this administration responds to protecting people that they consider unimportant or possibly even enemies, especially if anti-Semitism is proven to be a part of this plan. News, traffic, and sports right now, then more. Only right here, KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. Savannah Craven-Antow, a pro-life activist, was punched during a heated street interview in Harlem, New York. The incident went viral. Brianna Rivers, the pedestrian, was arrested for second-degree assault and released on her own recognizance. Like Maryland Governor Wes Moore visited Japan to experience the maglev train, which uses magnetic fields to levitate and travel at 370 miles per hour. Governor Moore says this technology could enhance Maryland's transportation and economy. The Global Gaming League raised $10 million to revolutionize gaming entertainment. Founded by Clinton Sparks, T-Pain, and Jeff Hoffman, GGL aims to monetize the 3 billion gamers worldwide. And students at South Milwaukee High School in Wisconsin must pass a breathalyzer test, weapons detection, and belonging search to attend prom. Some students are deterred by these rules, refusing to attend, while others are not bothered. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Southern California Edison reminds you that downed wires are dangerous. Never approach or touch a downed wire or anything in contact with it. Stay away and call 911. Learn more at sce.com/stay safe.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Major props to the Clippers. They had to win their final 2 regular season games on the road, and they got it done. The Clippers beat Golden State 124-119 in overtime Sunday to clinch the 5th seed in the Western Conference playoffs. The Clippers will play Denver in the first round. Game 1 in the best-of-7 series is Saturday at Denver. James Harden led the Clippers with 39 points and 10 assists, 33 points for Kawhi Leonard in 47 minutes. Folks, let me say this. If Kawhi Leonard can avoid any issues with his right knee, the Clippers are going to make some serious noise in the playoffs. Sunday's win was the Clippers' 8th in a row. They are 18-3 since March 5th. The Clippers are playing like they're ready for the postseason. The Lakers secured the number 3 seed in the Western Conference. Their first-round opponent is Minnesota. Game 1 of their best-of-7 series is Saturday at Crypto.com. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk Radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Looking for a purposeful and passionate way to make a difference in your community? Volunteer with our Senior Medicare Patrol and help prevent Medicare fraud. SMP volunteers work in their community educating peers about healthcare fraud and how to prevent and detect it. Free training starts soon. Check us out online or at an SMP open house near you. We're on a mission to stop fraud. Join our team. You make a difference. Visit caspvolunteer.org. Protect yourself from Medicare card scams. Scammers may call, email, or even knock on your door claiming they need your Medicare info, asking for money or threatening to cancel your benefits. Don't fall for it. It's a scam. Remember, Medicare doesn't need to verify your information. They already have it. Medicare won't charge you for a new card and will never threaten to cancel benefits. Check your Medicare statements for suspicious charges and report scams to the California Senior Medicare Patrol at 1-855-613-7080. We're here to help.
This is Stevie Wonder, calling on Los Angeles property owners to help get unhoused veterans off the street. If you're a property owner or know someone who is, consider accepting veteran housing vouchers. You will receive guaranteed rent while providing a stable and safe home. Help end veteran homelessness and make a real difference in people's lives.
Learn more by emailing houseurbets@lacity.org.
Testing.
We're live from Chick-fil-A.
This is Grant.
And this is Laura.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that sweet bun.
And that chicken filet was perfectly crispy and soft at the same time.
And that Smokehouse Barbecue sauce, it's a lot of fun. And the brown sugar bacon definitely had a little bit more pizzazz. Also, the mac, one of the all-time greats. Man, I'm getting hungry.
Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and a Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
Oh, and it does, and I'd love to hear from you as usual. 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580. That's the number to call. Yeah. It seems like it's the DIY era of keeping yourself safe. As Robert F. Kennedy is the junior, of course, is the Health and Human Services Secretary, and he's cutting, even cutting programs that have helped folks in indigenous Native American reservations and low-income communities, calling it DEI. I thought it was so interesting that some of the indigenous leadership had to go to the White House and say, well, send a message to the White House saying, hey, this isn't DEI. This is about our political status as indigenous people in this country. Take note, reparationists, because trust and believe they are going to try to target reparations as DEI. And we're going to have to make the same argument. This is not about race. This is about our political status as the descendants of enslaved persons and the debt that is owed to us because of that. Speaking of what's owed and what has to be done, and massive updates. Wednesday, it will mark 100 days since the Palisades and Eaton Canyon fire, and we will be in Altadena, broadcasting live from there. We being KBLA, we being Dr. Nee Cordelai-Corte and myself, co-hosting a town hall meeting. It's Wednesday the 16th to mark 100 days since the fires. So we're asking you to join us, come out and hang out with us live. It's a national broadcast, town hall, and we are celebrating the resilience of the people of Altadena, their incredible bounce back, but also commemorating a tragic day and embracing our beloved Black community. We're going to be giving away air purifiers and gift cards, $100 gift cards to survivors. So please come out and join us. Wednesdays from 4 to 6. The town hall is called the Altadena Eaton Fire 100 Days and Counting. It's our way of showing you, Altadena, that we are not blacking down from our commitment to cover and partner in that recovery with you. It's our way of bringing community in, and our duty, which is to cover our stories, Black stories, community stories, working class people stories, even after the cameras are gone. The event is free, but you got to register at KBLA1580.com. There you're going to find all the details about the town hall and how you can be there. And thank you for standing with us at KBLA Talk 1580. It does mean the world, and it's part of why we've been able to thrive and grow, even in very tough times, even with tariffs and tragedies. We're standing, and that's largely because of you, and the fact that you spread the word. You let people know, hey, KBLA has an app. You can put it on your phone. It's free. You can download it either on an Android or an iPhone, Apple, the App Store, or the Google Play Store. It's there. It's free. Hey, they're on YouTube. You can stream it even if you don't have a radio or a phone, and you can hear any podcast that you miss wherever you get your podcasts. They're free. So many reasons why we're thriving, and most of them point back to you. So if you look at these tariffs, these Trump tariffs, then he put a 90-day pause on what he calls reciprocal tariffs, but actually it's just random. It's not really reciprocal. In any case, the 10% tariffs are staying, and all of the taxes on goods from China, taxes to us on goods from China, are staying, although the administration then flipped and flopped and flip-flopped and flop-flipped and said, well, electronic devices are accepted. In other words, the tariff won't apply to your computer or your iPhone. And then they flopped and flipped again and said, but that's just temporary, because I guess they were getting critique. The stock market has become, a roller coaster, to put it plainly. Another sell-off on Thursday. Now everything seems to have calmed down. But I think the key word here is erratic. The president's behavior, the decisions around tariffs, lots of sudden erratic moves, so we don't know what's going to happen. And some analysts are worried because usually when the stock market tanks, bonds do well because I guess they're considered more stable. But now the bonds and the stocks are falling together, and that I'm reading from more than one analyst could mean that investors have just lost faith in the whole system, in the U.S. trade policy, in our ability to win a trade war. Have you seen the videos with Chinese officials saying, we've been here for 5,000 years. Most of the time, America wasn't even here, which is actually true if you clock the fact that we're only a little over 200 years old. And we buy a lot more stuff from them than they buy from us. Let me put it that way. It will be easy for them to survive without American goods. Maybe not as easy for them to survive without American money, but they can, and they've said it. The world is a big market. It's not just the United States. Does this play into the BRICS agenda? Does it play into the abandonment of the United States by other countries, especially those that have been our allies that we're now, disrespecting, unfriending, defunding? Will it accelerate the demise of the dollar as the official currency of the world? We shall see. What we do know is that the new Confederate Trump administration is saying they're going to make deals with all these countries and it's going to be just great, and everybody's calling. They all want to make deals. because of these tariffs, and Trump is a genius negotiator, blah, blah, blah. That means, though, in 90 days, he's got to do deals with 159 countries. And we haven't seen one deal yet. So the clock is ticking. And it seems highly unlikely that the president and his team can pull it off. Okay, I'd love to be wrong. Please let me be wrong. Let this actually be a boon. But it seems like it's problematic for consumers who are going to pay higher prices, for small businesses who will need to be able to increase their budgets just to get the supplies that they need, for the access to goods and services on the world market, for the way we are perceived as allies and customers in the world, for the possibility of a recession. Please let Mr. Art of the Deal be right about the economy, and me and the rest of the economists be wrong. The dollar has fallen to its lowest level in 3 years as of Friday, which is not what one would consider normal when there are tariffs. The markets are not loving this, even though the hardcore Trump stands are tap dancing as fast as they can to try to make it seem like it's all going to be okay. Treasury Secretary says 70 countries want to meet with the U.S. Well, they better get to stepping. And to Ben Frank's point, we still owe China a whole bunch of dollars. I mean, you can't not. And don't get me started on the Hollywood investments and the Hollywood market for our films and television products. I think the president has written a check with his mouth that his behind cannot cash. That's what I think. I'd be happy to be wrong. I would love for us to somehow come out on top. But doesn't look likely. It looks like a whole hot recession mess headed our way. 800-920-1580. Agree, disagree. It's all up to you. Meanwhile, we are seeing cannabis activists across the country fired up about the way that these supposed social impact licenses are playing out, the way that the whole business is playing out. And of course, it's not just Easter week, it's 420 week. And there's a big protest going on in LA on Wednesday at City Hall. This is 8:30 in the morning during the show. They want accountability for what they're calling a failed cannabis social equity program. This is the Black Los Angeles Cannabis Council. It's a bunch of dispensaries. Council member Curran Price will be there. And they want the licenses pushed through. They want grant funding pushed through. They want accountability when it comes to the promise that those communities that were harmed by the war on drugs, i.e. black folks, get the rewards and the profits of this newly decriminalized item, which is so popular. And they claim, like we've seen in many jurisdictions throughout the country, that this is simply not happening. So it's a big protest at City Hall on Wednesday. We'll have more about that. And I just wonder, how will the new Confederate Trump MAGA administration try to say that social impact for cannabis is more DEI? We shall see. Again, we got to push back. This is a political remedy for a political malfeasance. I'm Dominique DiPrima, inviting you in. 800-920-1580. KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent. And the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
no warrant, no key. Privacy. You don't have to speak. No lawyer inside. Don't say a thing. Yeah, we all got rights.
Hey, we all got rights. For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for litter. And yet, it's everywhere we look, and unfortunately, it does belong to all of us. So let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California once and for all. Remember to properly dispose of your trash and recycling. Secure truckloads with tarps to keep debris from flying out. Clean out your car when you're at the gas station. Take pride in your community by organizing a cleanup event or join a cleanup event near you. Zero litter is the goal. Join us at cleanca.com. That's cleanca.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. cleanca.com.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, a.k.a. the Voice of Reason, encouraging you to join me weekdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for the world's most intriguing relationship radio roundtable. Every night, I facilitate and encourage our loyal listeners to participate in the most engaging relationship discussions you'll hear anywhere. So make it a point to rendezvous with me, Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Trust me, your relationships will never be the same. The VOR is on fire tonight.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project. Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do you do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
You got a big mouth. Hello, Joe, you're up. Welcome.
We're unapologetically progressive, and we don't black down.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for some good news, I guess it could be good news. The fact that the Trump administration feels their talks with Iran went well. Maybe we won't have to have all-out war there. They said they were constructive, and apparently the Iranians felt the same way. You always have to double-check when it comes to this administration. They said they had constructive nuclear talks. It doesn't mean we'll get back to the low levels of their development of the nuclear weapons program that they had under Obama, but it does mean that maybe we don't all have to die in nuclear warfare. That would be good. Just saying. The Trump administration has been, a judge says they've got to let the Associated Press have full access to the president. Like other news agencies, the Trump administration had banned them because they won't say Gulf of America. Instead, they say Gulf of Mexico like everyone else in the world. The judge says that's a violation of the Associated Press's First Amendment rights. We shall see if the president decides to comply. So far, they're not really big on compliance. It's funny that even though Elon Musk has attacked South Africa, said that they're racist, misrepresented their policies, basically lied about them on X, and encouraged the president to accept white apartheid farmers as refugees into this country. Still, South African government and their president, Cyril Ramaphosa, are bending over backwards to try to help Elon Musk and his Starlink company function in South Africa. That's because they say they want the investment. But because he's criticized the government, they're not stopping. They're still creating a special carve-out where most foreign businesses that do invest in South Africa have to have black people get the opportunity for partial ownership, which Elon Musk, of course, refuses. So Ramaphosa's creating a special carve-out for him where instead of ownership, they can simply invest those companies can invest with black-owned companies or disadvantaged companies. They don't even have to be black-owned. They can be, quote-unquote, disadvantaged, and they don't have to let black people own part of their company. It still has to have public comment and all that, but I just think it's really telling that the South African government is bending over backwards to work with this fascist because they want the investment, even though he continues to disparage and lie about their country. I mean, I guess that's the mature thing to do, but I don't know if I'd want to hand over satellite communications to somebody that's lying on me all the time. Let's go to the phone. Dr. Rosie Milligan is on the line. What a delight. Good morning.
Good morning, Dominique. Thanks for all that you do. And I want to thank God for black radio and black media. And I'm praying and hoping that they don't cave in to the fear tactics of the Trump administration.
You and me both, Dr. Milligan. You and me both.
You know, because everybody seems to be so afraid now, so intimidated. And that's why I say it's so important for us to look at economic status and what we need to do. And I want to say to the community, there's no plane coming for you. There's no train, no bus, no car, not even a bicycle. We're going to have to walk this economic journey ourselves. And that's why we must realize black businesses are under attack. Literary is under attack. And that's why, Dominique, this year, that's why I talk about black business and literacy actually goes together. It is so important. And for us to keep the freedom that we have, like for radio, black folks are going to have to come up with money to keep you all being free. That's why a lot of people cave in, because they don't have the financial support from our people. They have to kind of go along. And let me say something very important. Dominic, last year, someone said to me, you would get sponsorship money if you take black out of Black Writers on Tour. I was talking to Dr. Relaford. Dr. Relaford said to me, you don't have to take black out. I will sponsor you. So last year, Dominic, he gave me $15,000 so I could promote my Black Writers on Tour.
Wow.
This year, he given me $20,000. And L.C. Green heard about it. He said, well, I can't do that, but can I be a little sponsor with $1,000? Folks, I believe that black folk got the message. If we are to go to freedom, we're going to need money. We're going to have to undergird our own situation, because if these white folks get afraid to advertise on black radio and media, do you realize what that would mean to us? We have to understand this and start supporting and undergirding our own community. We have to have businesses that can hire black people. And many of our black businesses, they are in hobby. I have said to some for Black Writers on Tour and the Business Expo, plumbers, people looking for plumbers. They're looking for electricians. They're looking for handymen. Where are you? How do you think you're going to get the business if you just sitting there talking about Black folk don't support me. Black folk don't know where you are. So you know, Dominique, how I've been hammering out here trying to get black folks to show up, and I'm telling people who come to the conference that you start saving. Come in that door with $100 to infuse black businesses. So I know I've been talking on and on, but I'm so passionate, Dominique, about what I see that's happening to black people. Our children won't have any hope if we can't establish business. We talk about the white man, but he's the only one have basically given us a few jobs. The other people don't hire us at all. When are we going to wake up?
Well, I would dispute that, but we don't have time right now. We'll have to do a show on it, Dr. Milligan.
Bring me on.
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
Ready to get on your show.
Let's do it. But I just want to use the last minute here to when is the Black Writers on tour this year?
It's the last Saturday, April 26th at Carson Community Center. Free admission, free parking, all seminars. All of this is free because Dr. Relaford undergirded this event where we can say, come free.
Well, Dr. Bill Relaford, MD, is a force to be reckoned with in the community and a force for good. He's the one that created the Black Barbershop, so it doesn't surprise me that he's underwriting Black Writers on Tour. Now he's got this incredible farm, which has become an internet sensation. You know what? I am planning to, and I'm planning to get him in here soon to talk about it as well. So I love that combination, and I love your message. And for those of you who want to advertise, whether you got a little money or a lot, don't forget about KBLA. We are a business as well, and we appreciate all of the support and love that we've received from the community so far, which has been incredible.
That's what keeps you free.
Yeah, we got to keep ourselves free. And I agree, Dr. Milligan, it is a DIY, not just a DIY year. I think it's a DIY decade. And congratulations to you on your ongoing success with Black Writers on Tour. We've got news, traffic, and sports. And then we've got Ben Guillory and Larry Muhammad next in the studio. Should be a great conversation. KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. Savannah Craven-Antow, a pro-life activist, was punched during a heated street interview in Harlem, New York. The incident went viral. Brianna Rivers, the pedestrian, was arrested for second-degree assault and released on her own recognizance. Like Maryland Governor Wes Moore visited Japan to experience the maglev train, which uses magnetic fields to levitate and travel at 370 miles per hour. Governor Moore says this technology could enhance Maryland's transportation and economy. The Global Gaming League raised $10 million to revolutionize gaming entertainment. Founded by Clinton Sparks, T-Pain, and Jeff Hoffman, GGL aims to monetize the 3 billion gamers worldwide. And students at South Milwaukee High School in Wisconsin must pass a breathalyzer test, weapons detection, and belonging search to attend prom. Some students are deterred by these rules, refusing to attend, while others are not bothered. Get BIN News on demand